Okay, welcome everybody to the December Tanzania group and etc. meetup. So my name's Janet Chapman from Crowd2Map Tanzania, and we're going to start off with Erick, Youthmapper Ambassador, talking about OverPass Turbo. Thank you, Erick.
Yeah, thank you everyone, and hope you can hear me. If not, please let me know. So I'm just going to brief out on OverPass Turbo as a tool that is used to extract data from OpenStreetMap. So you can have access to it by searching OverPass Turbo in your search engine. So you'll have OverPass Turbo. Yeah. So this is how OverPass Turbo looks like. You'll have this map canvas here. Then it's where like we understand this is OpenStreetMap, where we have our data here. But then maybe you're interested in a certain type of data. Let's say having that data. So you normally OverPass Turbo works as a query tool. So you have to request for a certain type of data which you want to access or download and use it maybe in other kind of softwares, maybe QJS. And yeah, so here at the top we have let's say a share tool, export tool. We have a wizard. So this is where we build the query, like you search for which data you'll need, let's say. So you just click this query. So here it's where and actually there is examples here given for you to let's say how to search that kind of data. So let's say we have also a wiki, OpenStreetMap wiki, where we can have an understanding on how this data is, how you can have, let's say, access to the data. So here we have OpenStreetMap wiki. So when you open this OpenStreetMap wiki, here you'll see on how you can volunteer, like how to start mapping. And yeah, so direct will just go to map features here and you'll find the tagging of the features. So for instance, here we have different amenities. So let's say this is one for education. So we have also for healthcare, something like this. So let's say we have amenity equals to hospital. So this is what you query in the OverPass Turbo. So for instance here, after you have done that, you can just type in, let's say, amenity is equal to hospital. Then you click build and run this query. So after that, you'll have these points that are highlighted in blue, like the hospitals. So maybe you're interested with this kind of data in this area. So you have, let's say, and here you have the code where you can even simply type that here, like let's say this, you want to change this amenity to schools, for instance. So you can use it either ways. Like let's say now you want to let's say amenity equals to, yeah, there's one saved here, university maybe. So it will query that and gives you option on where the university or the data about the the university in this area. So after that, let's say you want to export this. There's various ways. So you just click here on the export. So there's different versions, George Johnson. So you can simply download the data here. Yeah, and that's an overview on how you can query data using OverPass toolbar. So yeah, any kind of data that you want to get from OpenStreetMap, you can use that way, or the traditional way that we normally use in the OpenStreetMap. Let's say OpenStreetMap. Yeah, so we have our export version here. So when you export, it actually takes the data that is allowed on that canvas, but with the OverPass toolbar, you can query which kind of data that you need and you get it. Yeah, so with that overview, I think I should stop there. Thank you so much, guys. It's just an highlight. Maybe someone has further questions on that.
Thank you so much, Eric. What is the difference between using OverPass and the OSM export, would you say? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of each?
Yeah, as I really mentioned, it's like using the export, OpenStreetMap export. You download data collectively that are available in that place. But with the OverPass toolbar, you just have to I think when you're interested with a certain type of data, you can ask the tool and get the specific data for you. Maybe it's just hospitals, or you need let's say buildings. Yeah, so through the tagging on the OSM wiki, you can see how people contribute to that to those kind of data, and you just search for that data and you get it. So the advantage is that you get the intended data directly and not have to download all of them and let's say choose the one that you prefer. Yeah, so just to make it short, I think that's the really huge advantage. Maybe someone has something to add on. Thank you, Janet.
Eric, I have a question.
Yeah, go.
What's the difference between the OverPass Turbo and the QuickSM plugin, whereby you are downloading data using the QGIS?
Yeah, it actually works the same. I've also used the the QJS query, and so yeah, in one way or the other, I can say it kinds resembles, but you know, the plugin is a tool that works in the software, but then we have other kind of JS tools that maybe need the data exported. So you can take it from toolbar and export it to, let's say, when you're using UMap or other kind of softwares. So yeah, the real difference is you can't really tell, but it's the QJS one, that the plugin QJS, you can use it directly in the software itself.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Any other questions? So how many people have used OverPass so far? And did you have any issues with it, or what did you use it for? Perhaps somebody can comment on that.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, so I have like a question kind of, because on the OverPass, while I tried checking it out to run some query, so I noticed, like, if I'm searching for a particular location, let's say amenity equals university or something, school in maybe, let's say, Lagos, sometimes it does have the exact the issue with the query and all. So I don't know if there's any, probably trying to search for a query specifically in a particular location, not just entering the value or amenity courses in a particular location. Sometimes it doesn't bring it out. I don't know if there's one can do about that.
Eric?
Yeah, thank you. I think, yeah, that at some moment you face those challenges because, you know, when you make a query and it tries to search specifically for that location, for instance, that location query. What I would really recommend is something that I recommend because I understand it's something that can be developed more. Try using the canvas to fit it in the right location. Then you find the direct amenity that you want to find. So, for instance, in the let me just look it here. Yeah, so maybe you want to just you'll maybe want to just go in Nigeria somewhere around, let's say this is a location that you want to acquire your data about, like let's say this, then you can have that queried with a specific amenity that you want. But of course you can do it with a location and understand that even the one that a plugin in QGIS, you can even query with a location. And so it brings out the same challenges, but yeah, I would just recommend that way that can help you get the right data in the right time. Thank you so much.
Adulana, did that answer your question or did you want to ask anything else?
Sorry, do you mean that probably we zoom into the location and run the query, if I got you correct?
Yeah, sure. That helps a lot when you're referring to a location query.
Maybe demonstrate that, Eric.
Yeah, sure. So let's say we are in
Lagos.
yeah,
No, that's Accra.
Lagos.
Yeah, that's not
Oh,
Lagos.
Lagos. Okay, I'll have to be in Lagos. Okay, I found it here. Lagos. So here is Lagos, right? Is this Lagos?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks. So maybe I'll just let's say let's say I want to maybe find university in Lagos. I don't know, this is city center. Let me see if there's something in OSM. Let's say something as a hospital. Yeah, I think it gives out like in this extent we have this hospital here, like the way I mean I zoomed in here, so it just again it really depends on the data availability as well. That's why we always insist in mapping these areas. So maybe you'll find, maybe you'll also know in the ground, let's say there's an hospital somewhere but the data is not there that you expected, but whenever you query, let's say something in this specific location, it gives that for you. So maybe someone has a better way to do that, because I understand that we have variation on how to use this tool. So maybe let's say for universities, I can't find any here. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Any more questions about this?
Last one, I want to know if to run the restrict the data to that location. For example, like you showed in Lagos, you zoomed into that part. What about the other areas that are not like covered in the zoomed out location, and probably you want for that full location? Is there any restriction or something to it, like a disadvantage? So that's what I'm wondering, probably the difference between running it like a search for the general location and zooming into the location to search. for the data.
Sorry, you are breaking at first. I didn't hear you correctly.
Odilana, if you're breaking up, maybe you can write it in the chat.
Okay.
Thank you. So we didn't hear from some of the people. Let's have just brief introductions from Carolina. Carolina, can you introduce yourself? Say where you're from.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yes, hello, we can hear you. Just say
Okay,
where you're from. Yeah.
I'm Carolina Ikalike. I'm from some courses mappers, but also from Crowd2Map interns.
Welcome, Joseph.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Joseph Munyenze coming from Kenya, currently the Youthmappers president of the JQuad chapter.
Sorry, did you say Kenya?
Yeah, I'm from Kenya.
Okay, welcome. And Gorakh, I hope I said that right.
So hello Janet, myself Gorakh Panday, all the way from Nepal.
Oh, excellent. Well, welcome. So Janice, can you introduce yourself? Can't hear you.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead. Janice?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Janet Makisole from Youthmappers Ambassador.
Welcome.
Yeah.
And Arnold?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, thank you. Arnold, can you hear now? Oh. Yes.
Yes, madam. I'm Arnold and I come from Cameroon.
From?
Cameroon.
Oh, excellent. Welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, and Tumaini.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. My name is Tumaini Purinari. I'm from Tanzania. Also, I'm from Ethnic Post of Mappers, which is Morogoro, Tanzania. Also, I'm a Crowd2Map intern for this year. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, so Eric, can you see Odilana's question now? Eric?
Yes. Okay. I was trying to also to know if there won't be like a limitation to the data that will be gotten or shown when Zoom is in a location as opposed to learning. I sure didn't understand this as well. Like, any limitation? I think no.
Okay, probably let's take the Lagos again, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
That if I want to search for, say, hospital, normally it's supposed to show for Lagos in general. But if I zoom in, it might just show for that location that I zoomed out. So I was wondering, like, how can one, what's the limitation and all? Okay.
Yeah, the extent of the map canvas, that's what you're referring, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think there's a limit, like you'll have to see the full data, like let's say the city or the place that you want to query. So there's a limitation on in terms of the map canvas, that maybe you have it. Let me just see if I can share it. Yeah. So let's say this, we have Lagos here, but then at this extent, when you query, it's really likely to see the data along this location, but it's hard to query the data in this this larger point here. So let's try that out. Let's say we have hospitals. Yeah, I think it gives out the let me try this extent as well. Maybe it works. So it really requires it to run and see. Yeah, I think you can get, I think there's no real much limitation, but then it depends on the speed of query, and sometimes it may like maybe you're searching in this larger area. So yeah, just make sure that you have Lagos somewhere there and you can get the data on that.
Eric, I have another question.
Yes.
Does the OverPass Turbo has the capability of uploading? Maybe you want to extend of your country. Can you be able to upload the shapefile of your country so that you may download data code based on the area of your study?
Eric, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never come across that scenario of, let's say, adding a shapefile just to define the area of query, just to the administrative boundaries. Let's say Lagos, just somewhere here, and yeah. So, but I would also find in some tools, I think, have that ability to do so, and I would recommend after this call.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Any more questions about OverPass?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Passover is new to me. It's the first time I'm actually hearing about it. So I would be glad if Temba would help me explain how far it goes, like how much it can do, what its limits are, like specifically aside querying places, what else can it do?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Eric, you're muted.
Yeah, I just I think she had a recommendation. So I think there'll also be a training, a really full training on this, what it can really do for those people who are using this tool at first. I think Harry will have that in the next session. So I'll be glad to share how you people can join in the training WhatsApp group so that you can be updated with that. So I was just highlighting that, and I think there's more to learn on this tool. So yeah, glad to help and learn more as well from other guys. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. So the other thing that we wanted to look at today was uMap. So Henry was going to do this, but he has a power cut. Eric, are you able to start showing uMap? And because also I think Vivek knows this too.
Please, Vivek, take us through.
You can go with that. I'm joining from the mobile, so I'm not able to on my laptop due to power cut. So
okay,
I'm a problem.
Over to you then, Eric. Do your best.
really, I don't have much experience with that.
Well, I'm
Maybe
sure you
the-
can just demo it briefly and we can come back to it.
Mm, let me see.
Has anybody
Uh,
else used uMap and wants to demo
Yeah.
it?
It's good to
Oh.
ask actually.
I don't think anyone's going to rescue you.
Then I have to uMap. Actually, there are a lot of tools in the OpenStreetMap community. So is this the one?
No, I will just send you the link.
Yes, send me the link, please.
So while we're waiting to get that set up, I've just put the link to the Harry's training group that has regular sessions in the chat. I will also put the links to anyone who registered. Also, there was quite an interesting tool demonstrated by HiGit this week. I'm putting also that in the chat. I don't know if Eric had a chance to look at it. This is a successor to Field Papers, if anyone's ever used Field Papers, but it has some additional features. So I've put the link in the chat and we will have a session about it at a future date. So Eric, I don't know if you looked at that one either.
Yeah, I had a quick look and recommended it. Looks like, yeah, really like Field Papers. Yeah, hope we could have that demonstrated in the next training.
Okay, so are you going to briefly talk about uMap then?
It's the first time I'm seeing this page.
Well,
Let me take a minute. I will be back.
Yeah,
if,
sure.
If
Yeah,
my laptop
definitely.
runs.
Okay,
I mean,
that will be
yeah.
fantastic. Thank you, Vivek.
I think electricity has come. My charger will help me.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So Eric, while we're waiting, do you want to briefly show SketchMap or not?
No, not now.
Okay,
I'm not
so
comfortable, yeah.
while we're waiting then, let's talk about State of the Map Tanzania. So this is in January. I hope people are aware about it. The call for speakers is still open until the 20th. It's a hybrid conference, so people can join and speak remotely if you're not able to come to Dar es Salaam. And also, yeah, and the tickets are open now. The tickets for online participation are free. So I would urge you to participate. And if you would like to do a talk, remotely, or even if you can come to Dar es Salaam, please do. There's also a call out for posters as well. So it will be really great to have some posters showing some of the work that you've been doing. So I urge people to submit them soon. Eric, do you want to add anything about State of the Map Tanzania?
Yeah, so this is our landing page. You can just have access to it from stateofthemaptanzania.org. So there's also advanced training, QGIS training for those people who are coming. This is a workshop, so you'll have to register yourself from this Google Sheet here, Google Form, sorry. And yeah, with all the opportunities, I think scholarship as well. If you're a youth mapper in Tanzania, you should look for submitting your intent of being given a scholarship. There's also tickets, online tickets here, and also a chance to present, like as Janice mentioned, call for speakers. And I'll be also happy to help anyone who fails in to apply for this, like the way to do that. Actually, I understand maybe in the scholarship, what recommendation do you need, and so please just go through that, and let me know, and I'll also share my email, my contacts there, so that we can help each other throughout and come into the conference. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Eric.
Janet, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Why don't you share your screen,
Let
Vivek?
me, but first me tell you that I am just a beginner.
That's okay. We're
Thank you for
grateful for
rescuing
you
me.
stepping in. So just to answer the question about scholarships, so the priority will be for people who have had a talk accepted. So if you're interested in getting a scholarship, you really do need to submit a talk, and how far the scholarships go will depend on the budget. So it's certainly possible that you could get one from Kenya, but do submit a talk. Okay, Vivek, over to you. Have you shared your screen?
Thank you, Janet. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, I can see it from this side.
Oh, thank you. So as can I start?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, as Eric said, we can download our data from the OverPass Turbo. Like I will review on that. As I'm searching for the hospitals in my district, I will build this query. Amenity equals to hospital in the Panday. So I run it here. Here are my datas. For that, I will now download it. So it's in my here. I will remember that. Now let's go to uMap. So uMap is a tool for showing our OverPass Turbo or queries in a dynamic map or digital map. Here is a slide which says this about uMap. You want to share your OverPass query as a dynamic map, or you can visualize the output. So that's about the uMap. And for the creation of the map, we have to first go to the create a map. Here you can see the interface. Here are the different options. Now, as I want to create a map from my data which I downloaded from the OverPass Turbo, first I need to go to the import data. From here we can choose the files. So I will go to my downloads and just open it. So as I upload the data here, and I will try to import it as a new layer and click on the import, so it will be imported in the here. So you can see there the datas which I queried are shown here. Now let's go to, so this is showing the just the map. So for the doing other detailings, we can go to the edit map setting. Here we can give the title to our map. Rupandai. And then here we have the another option, user interface options. There are different options, so you can try it with either one. Like that is so we can do you want to display a mini map? It will show a mini map in the background, so you can see the changes here. It shows the location of the where I'm searching the data on my study area. Or another option you can do is what? This is what you Now this here, the option, do you want to display the caption bar? It will show the title of the my file in the map, as you can see here. And for the changing the colors and shape of the data showing, we can go to the option default shape properties. Here we have the color option. So as our wish, we can give a color to it. So it will change like this. We can give any color to it. And after that, we have a shape. So how we can represent our data. So as you can give it as a circle. It will show in a circle. Your drops and balls. That's it is here. And if you want to try it as a symbols, as you can give the hospitals as a hospitals symbol. So here you can search with that. Like here is a hospital symbol for that. Well, let's try ours. Here it shows with the hospital option as a default symbols. And if you have the specific symbols or icons that are not present here, you can import a symbol from the different websites. Like I'm showing here. Here is a icons which are given by the humanitarian icons. So you can search here like hospital. It shows here hospital. You can copy its image address, then get back to the uMap, and you can see here set symbols. You can go here and paste your link or address here and do a tick. So it will take your icons imported from the other websites. So that's about it, and you can play with that opacity as you wish. And another, here are the different options, so you can try it here. So you can play with that. Here are the different options you can see. So that's much for it. I will do in it and then save it. As your requirements, you can do changes with your own. So it shows like this. And to know the properties of the data, you can go to first of all, I will tell you about the imagery or background. You can change your layer tiles. So it is showing that OSM FR. You can change your background imagery to this from here. So it will change as you wish, as you could like. And here are different. You can draw a polygon here from it. You can draw a line and you can draw points here. You can add up. Then we update permission. Where is the? I'm forgetting that. Or you can go to know the import. I just forgot it. Anyone can help me in that about knowing the attributes of the data presented here?
Who else has used uMap?
I just forgot it. I just used a couple of days ago.
Don't worry. Anyone else?
Yeah,
use
I think it's here. It's here.
Okay.
In the you can see it in this tab, manage layers. You can see here we have our layer, so you can click on the table, so it shows all the attributes related to it. So you can play with that also, and that's about it. And at the left hand we have the zoom in feature, zoom out feature. In search, you can search by location, and then you can share your maps, and as it will be it's the same here, and it's the same feature here also. Now it's dynamic map, so you can share with the link to anyone else or anyone, and so your queries in a mapping form. So I can show you the other maps that I created. So these were the schools that were presented in my district. So and the green ones are the public schools or the governmental schools, and the blue ones are the private schools that were shown, so that are shown here. So that's what you can share with the link, and anyone can see your data in a map. So thank you. That's what I know.
Thank you, Vivek. That was fantastic. Are you able to put some of the links in the chat, please, and then I can send them to everyone who registered?
Okay, I will.
And does anybody have any questions? Or does anybody also have any links or tools that they have been using that might be useful for people? Okay.
If
So,
anyone has a question, we can discuss on that, but I don't know more.
could you also put Vivek, maybe you could put a link to some of the maps that you've done, and also where you got the icons from in the chat?
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you. So, who has used uMap?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Thanks. Who else has used uMap? I think you covered this in the data internship, didn't you? So other people must have used it. It'd be interesting to know what you used it for, and any issues you had. Ardilana, have you come across this before? Ardilana, are you still there? Oh, Aisha then, go on. Aisha?
Excuse me.
Yes, I'm still here.
Have you?
Yes, basically what
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I was asking if you had used uMap.
Yeah, basically what Vivek has covered was the basic training. I tried doing one, but I still feel like I'm still trying to uMap, yes. But then I was still trying to get more confident with using the interface well. So I think I submitted an assignment on it, but I still need to like some feedbacks on it properly to know if it's actually okay or not.
Okay, well, if you have the link to the map that you created, if you want to put it in the chat, then maybe people can give you some feedback. Either now or, via email. Aisha, did you want to say something?
Okay.
You did brilliantly, Vivek. Gorakh, do you want to share the map that you did and briefly talk about it? Gorakh?
Yeah,
Gorakh.
I was also one of the data quality intern of 2022, and
Yeah, do you want to share
I'm
your
audible.
screen and show us your map?
So I will try to share. Okay, I'll share my screen.
Great. And while you're doing that, Aisha, did you have a question? Aisha?
It's kind of a request.
Go ahead.
Yes. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Yes, it's a request. I'm
Okay.
excited the new tools. I'm actually very happy that I'm getting to know these tools that I didn't know about. I'm requesting if there are some sources of detailed information of how these tools can actually be used, because a call might not be enough for me to know everything about it. But if there is a link that I can go to or something like that, I would be appreciative.
Good point. Does anybody have any links to more documentation? I think there is some on the uMap site. If anybody has any, please share them. Okay, Gorakh, over to you.
Yeah, I will drop a video regarding. I can drop a video link from the YouTube that has given to us in the training.
Thank you. That would be fantastic. Okay, Gorakh. Can't hear you, Gorakh.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So everyone can see my screen right now.
Yeah. Yes. Do you want to tell us about this? Yeah.
So you can see the data of.
Yes.
So yeah, this is basically the university in Kathmandu district, that is Nepal. So like Vivek tried the query in OverPass Turbo, I also used the OverPass Turbo to build a query that is amenity is equals to university in Kathmandu. So the GeoJSON file was imported in the uMap, and after that, by playing with the interface tools and like the settings, I managed to change the color of the university like you can see the red one and a house like pictorial formation of the university. And you can also see one of the 3-1 university as a not in a point but in a polygon format, because in the overpass turbo there are 2 formats. So let me do this. So when I go to overpass turbo, so basically you may be wondering why there are some are like there is a polygon feature here and another are point features. So it's kind of inconsistency that you can see in the map, because someone might wants to use only the point data and some want the polygon only, but you can see it is an inconsistency that I believe, because yeah. So how these data are generated? So basically you can see here is there is a node is equals to a node gives the point data, whereas the ways gives the area data. So the query that I run was the query when you run gives node way relation data. So if I do not remove the way and relation from this data, so when I remove this data, I wouldn't get the area or polygon data. So for this map, I run the query and didn't remove the way and relation tag, because of which I obtain the data of point as well as polygon. So this is a kind of, you should have a bit of query knowledge to interpret this data. And yeah, and this is a dynamic map as well, and you can see there is on hovering I can set the I can set the labeling of the universities. So you can use this by, you can change this format, or you can change the base map, or you can change the colors, you can change the pictorial information or symbology by the by going through the settings that Vivek had tried on. So it's not like you should know everything in the first phase. We didn't know it on the first phase, but after you get your hands dirty with this interface or this site, so you'll be getting a bit more knowledge about this, because as you see, we had an assignment that was export data from university in the capital of our home country as geolocation, create an interactive map using the data in uMap, make the labels, customize the icons and colors, lock the map to the location of a city, change the base maps, and share the link. So this means that this was not a big thought for us, but we created ourselves by exploring the knowledge. So I basically recommend to go with your flow and take time to learn these things. If I'm teaching you something, that doesn't mean is everything. You should get your the settings, the interactive maps, the dynamic maps, the static maps by exploring yourself. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to share. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That's really useful. So I think we're out of time, but thank you to everyone, and I will share the recording and the links to people who registered. If you didn't register, just send me an email and I will send them to you. And hopefully see you at State of the Map in January, and at our session, which will be, I think, the week afterwards, but I'll send you the link as well. So thank you everyone. Best wishes for the festive season and for 2023, and happy mapping. Thank you.